For the technique class for June 2025. This is a class that I collaborate with the wonderful Christine Bertram from the United States. We do this class together to offer it to both Canadians and Americans. And I'm so excited to present today a technique using the bundle. We always feature a bundle or product suite. And this month we are featuring the Notes and Totes bundle that came out in the new annual catalog that went live in May of 2025. And before I get started on the cards, I just want to welcome you here to my Facebook. That's not Facebook, I'm sorry, YouTube channel. If you like what you see, please go back one and go to my channel and hit the subscribe button. It will allow you to see all of the times that I go live, all the videos that I post. Hi, Shannon. Hi, Gail. Hi, Alexina. Thank you all for being here with me. And that would really help me a lot to grow my viewership and my channel here. So thank you for doing that. So we're going to get started. I have my laptop here so that I can see your comments. So please feel free to comment, share the video. I love to hear from you when you're here with me. Hi, Noreen from Maryland. Thank you for joining. Let me just pull that up here on my laptop so I can see your comments. And let's see here on Chrome. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that I'm live in the right spot. Hi, Diane. Hi, Karen. How are you doing? Hi, Joy. Thank you for being here with me. I recognize many of your names from my Facebook Live. In the morning, I go live on my Facebook channel. You can find me over there on Facebook, my Stamping with Rose channel. I go live in the mornings at 9 a.m. Mountain Time. Hello, Marjane from France. Thank you for being here. Alrighty, so let's see. Okay, it shows that I am live. Okay, let's turn the volume down so we don't get any interruptions. I'm just watching for the comment thread. There we go. I see you all. Hello, Diane. Hello, Karen. Hello, Elizabeth. First time catching me live. Well, thank you for joining, Elizabeth. I hope you like what you see today. I'm going to be doing 3 cards using the Notes and Totes bundle from the Stampin' Up! Annual Catalog that went live in May. It's the 2025 annual catalog. The cover looks like this. You can find everything that I show you here online. So don't worry if you don't have a physical copy. You can purchase all of this stuff online with your demonstrator in your country. So if you're in Canada, you can shop with me. My name is Rosemary Coleman. You can find me online by going to stampinup.ca. That just means that it's in Canada. And you can also shop with my friend Christine Bertram by going to Cards by Christine. You can see her website and you can shop with her there. So yes, TJ, you found me. Here we are. All righty. So if you are part of the club, you have your kit already with your card packages and envelopes and technique sheets ready to go. When I flip the camera, I will show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to grab each card one at a time. So if you're watching the replay, I always invite you guys to watch. It's free to watch. If you want the card kits, you can reach out to myself or hi, Kathy. Kathy's name popped up on the screen there. Myself or Christine. Christine did inform me that she has 3 kits left. So in the United States, if you're interested in this class, Christine has 3 kits left, and I also have 3 kits left. So first come, first serve. If you would like to get this, please reach out, and it's free with a purchase with the minimum order. So reach out to either one of us depending on where you live, and we will happily get this to you. I always recommend to sit back and watch the video and enjoy the video, and then you can always come back here to YouTube and click the replay button with your kits, and you can do your cards at your own pace, right? You can pause the video and do them slowly if you want to, or change some things if you want to. We invite you to do that. You can change the cards. They're your cards, right? They're free with your purchase. So however you want to change them up, we welcome it. And we'd love to see a picture of your card if you change it, okay? I'm going to be teaching a technique that you're going to be able to use on all of your paper crafting projects going forward. We like to teach techniques that can be used for both paper crafting, for both card making and scrapbooking. I like to teach things that you can use your supplies that you currently own, as well as new supplies, right? I've been a demonstrator since 2002. So I'm coming up to my 23rd anniversary on October 4th of this year, and I can't even believe it's been 23 years of so much fun. And people say to me all the time, how do you keep doing techniques? The answer is there are thousands of techniques out there, and there's always something new to learn. This hobby has never disappointed me when it comes to the learning curve. I'm always learning, always pivoting and changing and adapting, and Stampin' Up! Keeps it fresh by introducing new products to us. So that's what keeps the fresh ideas coming. So let's do a little roll call. For my friend Christine in the United States, I have a list of the ladies that have joined her club. This is a club. So what that means is it's an intention. Okay. So when you join the club, the intention is that you would stay for 10 months and you place a minimum order in your country. So you can reach out to Christine or myself, and then we send you the card kits. Okay. I do have a letter that I send you that you can sign and send back to me. And it just means that you intend to be in the club. And then when you place your order every month, you're going to get this card kit from me, and you're gonna be able to do these videos at your own pace. Now, once you're in the card club for 10 months, you get a gift from, well, you get Stampin' Rewards all along the way from Stampin' Up. It's a 10% reward credit for your purchase. Okay, so if you place a $50 order, for example, you're going to get 5 Stampin' Rewards, and as they add up as with your purchase, right? So if you spend $100, you get 10, and you can stack them, right? TJ said, I did not get a letter. Did I did I sneak in? We got you in there, TJ. And the letter is, I'm going to be sending them out a fresh batch of letters to my club members just to let them know it's something that I just want to know what your intention is. Okay. So after 10 months, you're going to get your choice of a gift. Now, with my club members, I offer them a choice of a half price item of their choice, or they can choose my prepaid shipping box, Canada Post prepaid shipping box. The box is about this big. And many of you know what that looks like if you live in Canada. And I will fill that full of surprises for you. So you can choose your half price item that you've had your eye on for a while. It can be bundles, just can't be sweets. So you can choose a half price bundle. I mean, we have bundles that are like $80, $100. You can choose one of those for half price, and I'll get that ordered for you. And then you just e-transfer me your other half of the half price item. Or you can choose the box of goodies, which is a box of surprises. Okay. And they are not retired things. They are going to be current products. Okay. That I choose for my gift for you. So you can choose. I will reach out to you on your 10th month and say, hey, thank you for being in my club for 10 months. What would you like? Would you like a half price item, or would you like my gift box? So that's just a little something that I do personally for my club members. Good morning, Christine. Hi, Mary. Hello, Wendy. Good to see you. We have two Marys with us. Thank you so much, everyone. Hi, Christine. Good morning. Good morning, Christine McKay. Thank you for being here. My partner in crime, Christine Bertram, I don't see her here with me right now. I think she's actually live on her own YouTube channel. We are very busy ladies doing our own videos, and we often pop in when we can, right? So we may see Christine throughout the video, but I appreciate you all coming and being here with me and commenting and clicking that share button really helps as well, right? It gets this stamping thing in front of more people so they can see how enjoyable this hobby is and how it can relieve stress, alleviate loneliness, give you something to take your mind off the world. And it has filled my bucket. It has filled my heart with joy. And this is what is in my heart, to share these ideas and to share what I love about stamping. So, hi, France. Good morning. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're going to start with Christine's roll call here. Yep, there's no oops about it. You're on the live chat, France, and I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Okay, here's a list of Christine's ladies that have joined. Mary Jo Stoll, Nicole Herrick, Linda Scott, Sue Esworthy, Vicky Rodriguez, Karen Stagg, Carla Lake, Julie Bontreasure, I hope I said that right, Julie Bontreasure, Lynn Beasley, Karen Woods, Kelly Gibson, Barbara Rudolph, Becky Rower, Leslie McMinn, Angelique McClendon, Faylene Mays, and Cindy Roundtree. So welcome everyone, whether you're watching me live or you're watching the replay. I hope you enjoy these cards. I had fun designing these ones for you. Okay, so for my Canadian ladies that have joined with me, I'm in Canada, we have Amanda Woods, Dawn McMillan, Kim Campbell, Kim Barraclough, Colleen Winter, Debbie Smith, Alexina Walsh. Alexina's here with us. Thank you for joining. Kathy Clark, Penny Martin, Kathy Slager, Jen, Bernice Panchishin, Candace Oliver, Gail Stefan, who's also here with us. Thank you for joining, Gail. Marie Lefebvre, Linda Norman, Trudy Mainville, who's here with us. And last but not least, we have Elaine Swerdfisher. And oh, we also have Penny Lane. All right, so welcome, ladies. Thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate you all so much. All right, let's get started. We're gonna flip the camera, point you down at my work surface, and we're gonna do this technique class. All right, here we go. It's been a while. I've missed you guys. It's been a while since we've done a technique class on YouTube. Well, it's been a month, but it's been a lot's been going on this past month. So I'm excited to be back here in my craft room and to be doing this video with you. Okay, let's flipperoo and point you down at my work surface. All right, here we go. We're gonna grab the bundle and I'm gonna share that with you first and then we'll jump right into the cards. Here we go. Flipping my camera, bear with me. There's a look at my backyard and we're gonna flip and point you down here. Let's slide everything into position. All right, the Notes and Totes bundle. OMG, when I saw this bundle in the catalog, I was in love. And I actually saw it in action at our onstage event that we had in Raleigh, North Carolina in March. And this bundle really, they knocked it out of the park. It's called Notes and Totes. You get an adorable stamp set here with 12 stamps. It's photopolymer, so you can see exactly where you're stamping with this one. And this is the star of the show, in my opinion. This is the set of 17 dies that are just going to knock your socks off. Oh my goodness, I love it so much. I'm going to share some tips and tricks about what we did when we prepped this class for you. And this is one that you're going to definitely want to have in your collection. All right, so let's get started. We're going to start off with this technique is called Faux suede, okay? So we're going to show, actually I did this technique on 2 cards. Usually we just have 1 feature technique card, but we actually have this technique. I loved it so much that I used it on 2 out of 3 of the cards. And the first one we're going to bring in is your package with the card base of Azure Afternoon. All right, so let me share with you what this card looks like. So this is the package you're going to want to grab from your kit. The card looks like this. Okay, so we've got a lot of fun things happening here. We've got some designer series paper with strawberry slush featured. We've got some Shy Shamrock going on here, as well as basic white. It's a bit of a fun fold that opens from the side like that. So you've got plenty of room to write your message or stamp an additional stamp greeting if you want, or you could change it up. You don't have to stamp just a note, but I do, when I'm designing these cards, I do like to stick to the stamp set. So the stamp that I'm using is from the Notes and Totes. It's called Just a Note. And we're going to be using Memento black ink. Okay, so for this card, let's take a look at what's included in the package. So we've got our Azure Afternoon card base. We've got, when you open it up, you're going to have a little Ziploc bag here with all your die cut pieces. You're going to have 2 pieces of basic black cardstock. They're both the same size, okay? So one is for the technique The other one is to add some structure to the card, okay? So I'll explain that in just a second. You're going to have a Shy Shamrock stitched stitched square, but we're going to turn it to be diamond shape. We've got a piece of DSP here. This is from the On the Go Designer Series paper. We got another piece of white and then another piece for the inside. Okay, so let's get started with the technique. So for the technique, I'm just going to slide all this stuff off to the side. You've got your 2 pieces of black. Okay, so you want to put one piece down. The other one we're going to work with, and we're going to do the faux suede technique. Now the faux suede technique, what we're basically doing with this technique is we are breaking down the fibers of the cardstock. Stampin' Up's cardstock is super thick. I think it's 100 pounds in weight, if I'm not mistaken. It's 80 to 100 pounds. It's the thickest that I have ever used for my stamping, and it's never let me down. And I love Stampin' Up's cardstock because it is colored all the way through. Okay, so if you tear it, there's no white core on the inside. It is a true all the way through color, which allows us to do the faux suede technique. So what you want to do is take your piece of cardstock, and I was joking with the girls. I taught this class twice at Boston Pizza so far this month. And then, you know, you want to take your frustrations out without ripping the cardstock. So the easiest way I find to do it is to take the cardstock and simply start to crumple it in your hands, okay? So you can do it just as I'm doing here with my thumbs and fingers. I'm just crumpling as much as I can, as quickly as I can, so I can get to the project, right? So crumple, crumple, crumple. And for the technique sheet that you would have received in your kit, I actually did 2 of these at a time. So if you're doing multiple cards, you could actually take both pieces and crumple more than one piece, right? You can crumple more than one piece, and that would save you a lot of time. So for the purpose of the video, I'm just doing 1 piece right now, but you can maximize your time and do 2. So as you're going around and you're crumpling the cardstock, you're making it soft, you're breaking down the fibers, but we're not ripping the cardstock. It's going to look super wrinkly. And then what you want to look for is, I don't know, I'll hold this close to the camera. Can you see the separation of the layers right here? It's like the peel of an onion, right? The layers of an onion. I'm going to show you with the take your pick tool. There you can see. This is what we want to see happening naturally. The fibers of the cardstock are starting to come apart. And when you see that happening, then what you can do is just take your thumbs and very, very gently separate the layers of cardstock. Okay, so you can see I'm just gently separating, and I don't know if you can see it. Hopefully you can see in the lighting. There, we can see it. Can you see that texture? Oh my goodness, this is what we're looking for. This is the faux suede, right? It kind of looks like suede. It's soft like suede. And this is basic black, but can you imagine doing this with pecan pie or crumb cake? If you have any stamps of bears or any animals that would have a light colored fur, this would be fantastic to do this technique. And then when you're done, you actually have 2 pieces, right? So you can save one for later and make another card, but we're just going to use one for the purpose of the video. So I'm going to take my other piece of black and just put it off to the side. Now, as you can tell, this is now thin, right? It's half the size, half the thickness of a regular piece of cardstock. So we don't want to use that on our card by itself. So that's why we've given you a second piece. Now this is going to get glued together just for structure, okay? Because we're making a black suede bag. And we want to have some structure to that bag, right? This is going to be a beautiful designer bag. Okay, so we're going to glue that together with our liquid glue. So I always have to bring in my silicone mat. I love my silicone mat. I'd be lost without it. We're going to add a little bit of glue. I'm actually going to add the glue to the basic black piece. And we're going to take the faux suede piece and lay that down onto the cardstock. And there we go. Now we've got the structure of our purse. Okay, so let's go to our little Ziploc bag of supplies here. So let's pull that in. We've got some little decorative stuff to make this look like a bag. So from the dies, oh my gosh, these are so amazing. So when I designed this card, I was looking at this die right here. So this is the die that will make the sides of the tote or the purse or the beach bag. We're gonna make a beach bag as well on this video. So if you have this die, I wanna show you, you can cut it out of cardstock and just trim off the flaps. I'm calling these side pieces the flaps. Then you're gonna have the center of the bag, right? Which is the size of this. So you can make this using the die, or you can just cut yourself a square, but that's where this is coming from. Then what I needed to do is I needed the top and bottom and the stripes of the bag, okay? So this die here has this big wedge at the bottom is the bottom of your purse. And then we've got two narrow pieces here at the top. They're gonna be the stripes on the purse. Then we also have a couple of options for handles. We have a rounded handle right here for the purse, or you can do this fancy one over here that we're going to use on our beach bag in just a second. Okay, so in this Ziploc bag, I just want to share with you where I'm getting these dies from, so that when you get your own set of these amazing dies, because I know you're going to want these, you'll know what all of this does. Okay, so this die here cuts out, there's the bottom of the purse, okay? And then we've got our handle. We're going to use a little rounded handle on this one. We've got a little scarf here that I've used the 6x6 designer series paper. This is from the strawberry slush pattern with the flowers. I thought that made a fun little scarf. So that is also from the dies. It's this one over here. This is the one I used to cut out the little scarf. And then you see the little triangle. It's all about the details with these dies. This little triangle comes from these two little dies here. There's a triangle and then a little, it looks like a little tiny fish, but this can be a clasp for your bag if you want it to. So they've given us two of these dies. So that's where the little triangle comes from. And then we've got a little gem to go in the center. All right, so now we get to do the fun part. Let's put this purse together. The easiest way I have found to do this is to take your stripes and we're going to attach the handle. We want the handle to be right over, let me bring back the card. I want the handle to be right over these stripes because it would look a little bit odd to me to have the handle and then put a stripe over here. I want the stripes to be continuous with the handles. So let's take the handles, and on the back, we're just going to put a little dab of glue right at the tip there, like that and like that. And then we'll go ahead, we'll put the handle. This is why I use the silicone mat, because if you drop things, then it's okay, because you're going to be able to pick up that glue off of your silicone mat. So this is what I'm doing here. I'm just adding the handle to the stripes, and then you can straighten it up. You do get a little bit of wiggle room. Okay, so there's that. Then let's just clean that glue off of my glass mat and my silicone mat, just because I don't want this to interfere with the other cards. Okay, so this is gonna go on the front of my purse like this, okay? So we're gonna flip that over now, and we're gonna add glue to all of the stripes at least. Now the handle is going to be hanging off the top of the bag. I don't need to put glue on the handle, but I do want to glue the stripes down. Okay, so now we're going to take this and we're going to come over to our suede bag here, and we're going to just like tap each little strip down one at a time like that. So there's my first one. Lay that down on the suede. I love this. I love the suede. Okay, so we're laying that down there. Okay, so there's my bag with the stripes and the handles attached. And then this piece is going to simply go across the bottom. Now, as you can see, it's a little wider than what I need, but that's okay. That's why we have snips. We're just going to add a little bit of glue across the bottom of the purse, like that. And take this strawberry slush layer, put it right here at the bottom, press that down, let it adhere. While that's adhering, I'm going to add a little tiny dab of glue to the center of the purse right there. And then that fun little decorative triangle, I mentioned that it's all about the details, right? This little triangle is going to go right there in the center, like that. And don't worry if you got a little extra glue, it's going to dry clear, just like that, okay? And then I'm going to pick up my gem, put that in the center like that. And then the last thing that we have to do now with this is snip off the extra little strawberry slush piece from the sides. One there and one there. And that's it for the fun bag, except for our scarf. It's all about the accessories, right? We're going to put that little accessory on there. We're going to add a tiny bit of glue to the side. You can put it on the left or the right. I'm putting mine over here on the left and just anchoring it down onto, hi, Polly. Hello, hello. Hi, Heather. Hello, Carla. Hello, everybody. Thanks for being here with me. So there is my little purse, my strawberry slush and basic black suede purse. Okay, so there's the fun part. I mean, it's all fun, right? But this is how we put the purse together. So let's get back to the card now, the package. So we've got our Azure Afternoon card base. There is a score line in the center of the front flap that you want to fold back, okay? So it's going to be like a Z fold. So I'm just going to bring in my bone folder here, and we're going to score those score lines and make them nice and crisp. And then what we want to do is we're going to take our piece of basic white to go here as a layer, and then our designer series paper. Now, if you like the green, you could put the green, but I want to have the keys. I just thought this matches like the purse. You put your keys in your purse. I thought this went really nicely with this bundle. So we're just going to glue all this together and glue it down onto that flap. So just add a little bit of glue here and a little bit on the white. And I stress a little bit because you don't want to add too much glue. Otherwise it'll cause rippling and nobody wants that, right? So we're going to put this down right here. And then we're going to lay the DSP on top. The white just gives it a nice little highlight. Then our square is going to sit right here in the middle, but of course we only want to put glue on the left half of this diamond, okay? So we're just going to go ahead and bring that over and just do a little triangle just like that. And then we're coming in here, and the point of the top and bottom points, we're going to line those up with the center of that score line like that. Give that a second to adhere. And then the purse is going to go right on there with some dimensionals. Now be very careful when you're putting the purse onto the bag that you don't extend the handle over the top of the card, or it won't fit in your envelope. Okay, that's really important. So we're going to put this on with dimensionals. Let's grab some dimensionals. I'm going to use 4 big ones in each corner of my bag, and we'll peel those off. And then we're just going to put this right on the front of the card. Super easy. Once you've got your pieces and you do your faux suede, the rest comes together super easy. Look at that. All right, and then we've got our basic white piece for the inside. This is 4 by 5 1/4. And we've got enough room down here. I'm calling this my white space to do some stamping. So we're going to stamp just a note down there using Memento ink, all right? Whoops, there's my ink pad going flying. Okay, so let's ink that up. Tap, tap, tap. Always stamp before you stick. So we're going to ink it up. We're going to stamp this corner, and if it's not right, I can flip it over. I get a chance. I actually get a bunch of chances with the corners, right? Okay, so there, I'm happy with that. And let's put the, put the lid on my ink pad. Now we're going to add some glue. And this card is done. Our first card is done. Okay, so now here we go. Just a little bit of glue. Put this down. Love this card because it can be whatever you want it to be. Just a note. You could also write your birthday greeting in here if you have someone you want to send this a birthday card. It could be a thank you note. It can be whatever you want, right? So there's our first card featuring the faux suede technique. I love it. Okay, let's move on to our next card. Now, I mentioned that I did 2 cards this month with this technique. Usually we do 1, but I was so inspired by this faux suede technique. We're going to bring in our card base here that has... Wendy says, I'm loving this card and technique. Never seen this. Oh, good. I'm so happy, Wendy. I love it when I actually teach someone something new. we're going to carry this faux suede technique onto our second card. And so you want to pull out your white card package, your thick, basic white card package, and you're going to have a bunch of stuff in here. Now, I use the Woven Textures Designer Series paper for this. We're making a beach bag. Let me show you the final card first. This is the card we're making. Check out the beach bag that you can make. Oh my gosh, this is such an adorable set. And did you know you can actually make 3D beach bags, 3D purses that you could put a gift card inside, some flat chocolates inside. Basically, what you would do is you would use this large die right here, and you would cut 2 of them. Okay, so you need one for the front, one for the back, and then it's got the bottom here. So you've got 2 bottoms to glue together, and then your sides go together, and you've got a fun beach bag or purse that you can put something in. I actually have 2 of them here. I wanted to show you, like, the Woven Textures has a lot of different patterns that you could use for bags. You can use anything you want, right? Any of your current designer series paper, make fun bags, right? Look at the tweed on this side and look at the linen on this one. But we're going to use this one right here for our beach bag. We're going to make it exactly like my sample. So in your card kit, you're going to have this one. If you can see, just start to fold gently and the score lines will pop up. So you've got one there. We've got another score line over here for a little side flap that we're going to put glue on. So let's do the sides first, and then I'll talk about the bottom. Okay, so there are the sides of my beach bag. Now this bottom piece, as I mentioned, you don't need this for the card, but I'm just leaving it here because I'm going to tuck it underneath. Now this flap over here, this is intended if you're making a 3D. So this would be like your sides that would come up, right? And you would glue like that. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but this is what you need if you were going to, let me just grab this one. Like if you were going to attach the front and back. So I know this is a different pattern, but I just want to explain to you how easy this would come together if you wanted to make a 3-dimensional. So here we would glue the flaps, right? Like that. And then you'd glue the bottoms together. And it would come up like this on this side, and then the same on the other side, and you would end up with a beautiful beach bag that could hold chocolates. I don't know if I'm doing this properly. I am trying, but I just want to show you that indeed it does make, I should have one of these already put together. I'm going to have to do that today. Make a few of these little gift bags. So cute. You're going to be able to make these. Can you imagine having this die and using it for Christmas to make a little Christmas bag? Oh my gosh. You know, when we get all the Christmas designs, it's going to be fantastic, right? And this is in the annual catalog. So you're going to be able to see, like, people are going to be able to buy this right up until next May, right? It's an ongoing product. So I'm super excited that it's in the annual catalog. Anyway, getting off topic, what we're going to do for the beach bag is I just trimmed off this little piece on the side because we're not going to need it. So I'm just going to snip off this little foot. I'm calling it a foot, but we're not going to need it because we're making a card. Okay. And then we're going to glue this piece up. Okay. You can trim it off, or I'm just going to glue it out of the way. So we just add a little glue to that flap, fold it up. And then on the sides, we're going to add glue to that little panel. There's a little skinny panel on both sides over here. Okay, so that's how the bag is going to go on to our card. So let's go ahead, and there's many ways you could do this. You could make the card first. I'm gonna focus on the bag, and then just like I did with the other black suede bag, and then we'll put it together. So there's the structure of our beach bag. All right, and I'm gonna bring in my silicone mat so I can hold that down. So there's the bag. Now in your Ziploc bag, you've got all your pieces here, and there's some really, really fun pieces using these dies. I absolutely love it. So let's pull these in. I'm going to be very careful when you're emptying your little bag that you don't lose any pieces. Okay, so we have, look at this die. This is the water bottle die, and they've even given us the little handle for the water bottle. Super, super cute. Here it is right here. I'll show you the water bottle. This is the water bottle die. right? Like so cute. All right, so I cut this out of silver foil. So the little water bottle handle is going to go like so. It's going to be glued at the back like that. Okay, so a little handle. So there's a couple ways you could do that. I love to use my glue dots because when I'm playing with silver foil, I don't want to get glue on them. I don't want to get messy glue. So I'm just going to add a glue dot to the back of the top of my water bottle right there. You can actually add two if you want to, just to make sure you're covering all the area. So a couple of glue dots. You could also use tear and tape. Just want to make that top part sticky. So then I can go ahead and take the bottle and lay it down onto the handle. Press it down. And then when you pick up your water bottle, well, it should work. Let's see. Let's try that again. Okay, and then that should be glued on. There we go. So that we've got the little handle on the edge of our water bottle. Okay, so that's going to go into the bag. And I'm going to actually put it back here. But let's do the stripes and the handle. And we've got another fun little scarf out of some different DSP. This is from the Impressions of Bloom. I think that's the name of it. Pretty paper. Okay, so for this one, we've got our stripes again, and we've got a different handle. Remember I was showing you there's two handles. We've got our little accent. These are all cut using soft suede, okay? So, oh my God, I said soft suede. I meant to say pecan pie. I'm so sorry, you guys. Every now and then, things come out of the cobwebs of my brain. Like soft suede has not been a current color for a very long time. All right, pardon me. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're going to take the two stripes and put them parallel to one another. And let's just do a little dry fit here. I like to just lay them down. I'm going to take the handle of my bag and I'm going to lay it on top. This is how I want this to go. So let's see. We're going to put them here and here. So you see how I'm just kind of creating this structure. So let's lift up the handle and just put a little dab of glue at the top of each one of these stripes, okay? So then we're going to take the handle, come down here and glue them each side one at a time like that. So we're creating this single piece that we're then going to glue onto the bag, okay? And then you got a little bit of wiggle room with your glue. You can separate them if you want them a little wider, but I'm happy with that. So we're going to leave it. And we're going to flip it over now. And you don't want to put glue on the handle, just like before. We just want to put glue on the stripes and maybe across that bar there in the middle, like that, okay? So then let's pick that up. We're going to lay that down onto our beach bag. Kind of center it in this middle panel here. Tap it down. There we go. And then we've got the bottom of the beach bag, which is going to be perfect. We don't need to trim this one, okay? So it's the perfect shape for the bottom of the bag. So let's add the glue. I'm going to add my glue to the bag and then just lay the pecan pie layer down. Either way works. Totally up to you. Okay, so there's the bottom of our bag. I love, love, love this beach bag. Okay, let's do the fun accent. We'll do the little diamond right there, or the little triangle. Kind of looks like a designer beach bag. We're going to put that right there. And then our little embellishment, we're going to put that in the middle like that. So much fun, right? Okay, so we've got our bag put together. Now there is a glue on the back, but that's okay because I'm on the silicone mat, so I'm not too worried. Alrighty, so we're going to go ahead and let's attach the scarf just so that'll be done. I'll put a little dab of glue there and we're going to add the scarf right there. A really fun accent to our bag. We've got a water bottle to go in the bag. What else do we have to go in the bag? Well, let's check our kit. We have this piece of strawberry slush that's been crumpled and, and we separated it. Okay, me and my helpers, we separated this. And one piece is in your kit. and the other piece is on your technique sheet, okay? So a technique sheet, this is what you get when you're in the club. You get a sample of the technique, and then down here is a description. Because if you give your cards away, I used to get this from my ladies all the time. Oh, I love the technique club, but I give the card away and then I forget how to do the technique. Well, we've got you covered with a description of the technique, and you can store this in a Memories and More binder if you like, or you could take these two 4x6 pieces, glue them together back to back, so you've got your technique on one side and your description on the back, punch a hole and keep it on a key ring. So many different options to keep your techniques in order. Okay, so one piece went on your technique sheet, the other piece is here, and what we're going to do with this is we're going to roll it up like a beach towel. Okay, so I thought when I was doing this faux suede that it was fuzzy and it looked just like a terry cloth card, like a terry cloth fabric, right? Like an actual towel. So we're gonna roll this up like a towel. Hello, Jen. Thank you for being here. No worries about being late. I'm glad that you could join us. So now here is my fuzzy beach towel in strawberry slush. So we're going to roll it up, and what I'm going to do to keep that together is I'm just going to put a glue dot there to hold it together like a towel. Okay, so let's grab a glue dot. I'm using my take your pick tool to pick up a glue dot, and I'm just going to put a single one right there, and we'll finish rolling right onto the glue dot. And you can squish it like that a little bit, because you know you're rolling up your towel to put into your beach bag. So this is actually going to go in here like that, and then the water bottle is going to go right there, right? Because this is what it's like when you go to the beach. You're loading everything in, right? So here we go. We've got that, and we're going to add that. I'm going to add it to the bag now. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue there, a little bit of glue under the towel, and then you don't need to worry about adding too much glue, just enough to hold it in place like that. And then I know, Jen, this bundle is so much fun. I absolutely am enjoying it so much. Okay, we want to add a little bit of depth and dimension to this bag to make it look more realistic like a bag. So we're going to grab a dimensional, and we're going to put one right there where the water bottle is, and then over here where that other crease line is, I'm going to put another dimensional. So we're just going to add a little bit of depth to the card, okay, at the top to make it look like a real life bag. Okay, so then that's going to sit. Let's leave that here on my silicone mat until I'm ready to put the card together. We're going to move this off to the side. Now we're going to put the rest of the card together. So in your package, you're going to have some water. This is Balmy Blue. We've embossed it with the, I think it's called Waves. I can't remember the name of this folder, but we've already done the embossing for you. And I think it's called, oh, it's going to drive me crazy now. Let me find the name of that folder. Here it is. It's called Soft Waves. Here it is. Soft Waves. This is the folder we use to emboss that water. Okay, so that's going to go at the top. I'm just laying it here to show you how this is going to go. Then we have a piece of basic beige that's going to go underneath like that. But I don't want to stick it down yet, because I always say stamp first, then stick, right? What we need to do first is deal with these two pieces of crumb cake. These are going to be the sand. So on my card, I'll hold this up and show you. We got a little bit of sand at the bottom and some more sand up here at the top. So this card, I was inspired by a card I saw on this, I think it was at the Disney World incentive trip on the display boards. I think, and there was no, I don't have the information for the person that designed this card, but oh my gosh, it is so, I fell in love with it, and I had to share it with club members this month. So there we go. We're gonna do the sand first. So you have a small piece, and we're gonna do a tearing technique. So you take the cardstock in your hands and you tear it. So we're gonna tear this towards ourselves. So I'm just tearing in short little bursts like this. I want to get that nice jagged edge to the cardstock and make it look like sand. Okay, so that's going to be the bottom piece. And then we're going to do that with this piece here as well. Just go ahead and just do some tears. You don't need to be stressed about making it perfect because it's the sand, and every time the waves come and go, the sand's going to look a little different, right? So there's our two pieces. In the stamp set, let's bring in the Notes and Totes stamp set again. We got some speckles down here. We can always use a good speckle stamp, a good background stamp, right? We're going to use that one with crumb cake, and we're going to add a little bit of dimension, I guess, texture, dimension, depth to our sand. So we're going to flip these pieces over so I've got the jagged edges pointing up, and we're just going to like stamp repeatedly with the crumb cake ink. Crumb cake on crumb cake we've got going on here, and we're going to go all over, just making it kind of look like granules of sand. So let's go ahead at the bottom, get that done. And there we go. Okay, so now we're gonna glue, no, we're not gonna glue yet. So I'm just gonna place this. So my balmy blue is gonna be at the top. This one is gonna go at the bottom, and we wanna stamp relax and enjoy on here. And then this is gonna go in between. So I wanna do my stamping on my basic beige first, because if I make a mistake, I have a chance, I have an opportunity right now to flip it over. You can see from my sample that I stamped the relax and enjoy towards the bottom, and there's going to be a little gap for my sand, right? So I'm just laying the sand there. I'm going to grab the relax and enjoy stamp, and we're going to use basic, not basic black, it's called tuxedo black memento ink. And we're going to stamp that just above the sand right there. The positioning of this is important because your bag is going to take up a good chunk of your card, the front of your card. So you want to make sure that you're stamping this in the right spot so that you have room for everything else. So now I'm putting glue on the bottom sand portion, and we're going to glue that down onto the basic beige layer. There we go. Making sure it's even. Yes. All right. So there's the bottom. Now I can go ahead and put this onto my card front. So I'm going to add some glue. I'm going to add some glue to my balmy blue layer. Let's put that on first. So that's going to go up here at the top of my card front. I'm using thick, I don't know if I told you, but this is thick basic white. Then we're going to add the basic beige to the bottom here. And then we're going to add this sandy piece right here. I love the separation in the sand. It kind of looks, it reminds me of water, you know, the realistic look of water when the sand separates, right? Or when the water recedes. So then we're just going to glue this piece down at the top. And then last but not least, we're going to position that beautiful beach bag right on top. So you want to make sure that the background is the way you want it. And then we'll bring back our beach bag. It's already got the glue on the side panels, right? Maybe add a little bit more here. There we go. And now I'm just going to position this right here on the sand. I actually angled mine a little bit just to give it a fun look. And then, oh, the dimensionals. Did I take the back off? Yes, I did. Okay. So the dimensionals, you want to definitely embrace that. You don't want, like, we want to have a little bit of depth to this bag. So we've got dimensionals at the top to make it pop out a little bit. And then we've got our adhesive at the bottom to stick it down. And we've got that little beach towel sticking out and the water bottle. I love this card. I think this one's my favorite. What do you think? Do you guys like this one? Thanks for the love, you guys. I see your love emoji going up over my screen. Thank you so much. Okay, and last but not least, we have a white piece for the inside of your card. Thank you, Jen Jen. And for this one, we're going to stamp the inside saying relax and enjoy. The stamp set has some fun, thank you, TJ, fun stamps. Now, this could be an amazing card for, like, this here in Canada, this is the final week of school. Like, what a great card to give to a teacher, you know, to send them off to the summer, right? Or maybe you have someone in your life that is about to retire. Oh my gosh, this could definitely make a beautiful retirement card, right? So relax and enjoy. How about you earned it, right? You earned it. Enjoy your vacation, enjoy your retirement, enjoy your birthday. You earned you earned it. Like, so we're going to stamp the words you earned it on the inside. So where's my memento? And we're going to ink that up. Thanks, Wendy. Thank you, Marjan. Thank you, Mary. Okay, so you earned it. And then I thought, let's do a little stamping on the inside. And the stamp set has this beautiful little hibiscus flower here. So I thought, well, that's a fun one to bring in and stamp a nice little accent down here in the corner. So when you have a flower stamp like that, there's a few ways you can ink this up. You can use an ink pad and stamp it with strawberry slush and then wipe off the leaves and just add ink to the leaves with markers. I'm going to do both with markers today. And so you want to be really fast with Stampin' Write markers because they're water-based and they're going to dry. So this would not work with blends. Okay, blends will stain your stamps, and by the time you go to stamp it, it'll be gone. So don't try to ink up your stamps this way with blends. You have to use Stampin' Write markers, okay? So we're going to ink up the flower with some strawberry slush. So I'm just holding my marker on the side here so I get lots of juicy ink on the flower. And I'm going to quickly grab my granny apple green and add a little pop of green to the leaves. And you know, you'll be faster than this at home. You're not talking like me. But what you can do is introduce your warm breath back into the stamp, and that just allows it, whoops, let's pull that back up. There we go. That just allows it to be as bright as it could be, okay? But again, you can also use the ink pads. So you would stamp the entire thing with strawberry slush, and then I'd use a baby wipe with my finger and just pull off the strawberry slush off the leaves and add the green from a marker. So that's another quick way to do it. Alrighty, so there's the inside of my card. We're gonna add some glue. And this card is done. So this is my second card featuring the faux suede. We made a basically faux suede fabric, like a fabric towel on this one. All right, so there's the inside of the card. All right, and last but not least, we have another gorgeous card, in my opinion. I really like this card. It is your pecan pie kit. And check out this card. Sending warm wishes. And we've got our little fence in the sand here, our sunglasses, and they've got shine on them from the packing tape on the black. So all of this is included in your card kit. And then we've got newsflash, you're fabulous. So let's make this card now. We've got a pecan pie card base in your kit. You've got a Ziploc bag with all of your pieces, your die cuts. You've got a large piece of basic white for the front, okay? We've got another piece of basic white for the middle, and we've got another piece of crumb cake to do some more sand here at the bottom, okay? So these pieces here, they're not in your bag. These are the fence posts, okay? I want to bring in the dies and show you what I did here. So when you get your Notes and Totes dies, because I know you're going to get these because they're fantastic and everybody needs to have these in their collection. Check out this one up here. It's a single die. Here, this one. It's a single die, but it cuts out 3 full planks, if you will. Planks for your fence, and another, like, I'm calling this a cross beam, okay? I love it. It's one die, right? So you're not going to lose little dies. There's a lot of little dies in this set, but this one here, we're going to use this, and I'll show you how to make that fence. So take your 3 planks, and we're going to stack them together, and we're going to cut this in half, and that's going to give us 6 of the fence posts, okay? So we're just going to, and you don't need to be perfect, just eyeball it, and there. We've got 6 posts. So you want to put those, I'm using my silicone mat because it's definitely very forgiving, you know, with mistakes and with extra glue, etc. So I'm going to line up my posts in a line like that. And some are longer than others, depending on how you cut them, but it's okay. It's a fence that's in the sand. It's not going to be perfect, right? If you've been to a beach and you've ever seen like a fence, it's going to be weathered from erosion and the sand, and they don't need to be perfect, okay? So we're just doing that, and then we're going to take our liquid glue, and we're going to put liquid glue on I'm calling it a cross beam. I don't know what it's called, but we're just going to use this term right now. And then we're going to take this and we're going to use that to link all of these fence posts together, just like so. Just go right across, and every fence will look different, but it's all good, right? Okay, let that sit for a minute. Now we're going to make the sand. So you take your crumb cake piece, and we're going to trim off, we're going to not trim, we're going to tear at the top. Okay, so again, short little tears towards yourself, make a nice rough edge, and don't throw away the piece you're tearing off. We're going to take that piece and we're going to flip it around, and we're going to glue it so we've got 2 layers of sand. See that? Just like going to the beach. It's not just one straight layer and it's jagged, it's not perfect. And we're just going to put it together, and we're going to stamp that little speckle again, okay, using crumb cake. So lots of speckle stamping. So here we go. We're just going to go ahead really quickly, add some granules of rocks, pebbles, sand, whatever you want to call it. And we're just going to cover the bottom like that. Okay, so there's our sand. And now we're going to leave that for a second. We can glue them together just so that's done. I'm just going to add a little bit of glue to the bottom of the back one here, and we will lay that down and put the top one on. So I'll have them ready to go when I'm ready to put them on my card. But for now, what we're going to do is we're going to do some sponging on your large white piece. Okay, so grab your large white piece of cardstock, and we're going to use Balmy Blue. So, or whatever blue you have at home. It doesn't have to be Balmy. You could use Pool Party. You could use any of the blues that you have. I'm going to use my blending brush, okay, and I'm going to pick up some of the ink. I'm going to start on my glass mat studio, and I'm going to work in a circular motion and just add some blue sky to my white cardstock here. And this is a personal preference, how much you want to add. Again, no 2 skies are the same, right? So you can make this your own, and you can make it light or dark. You can come back in with more. And I'm going to leave mine. I think that's pretty good. And you don't even need to do the bottom because we're going to cover that up with the sand. Okay, so there's our sky. Now, the stamp set has an adorable little sunshine right here. We're going to bring in our new darling duckling, and we're going to stamp the sun up in the sky. Okay, so here's our sun. Tap, tap, tap on the darling duckling, stamp a little sunshine. Ooh, mine was not, I didn't stamp straight down and straight up. Let's see if I can do that again. Ooh, pretty good, pretty good. I recovered, yay. All right, so there's our sunshine. I can close my darling duckling now. And then we're gonna stamp sending warm wishes on this one. Love these greetings. These are perfect for the time of year we are in right now. Sending warm wishes. So we're going to stamp that over here, top to the left. Boom, like that. Okay, that is the front of the card. So now what we can do is we can bring in our fence and our sand, and we can put this together. Okay, so the fence post, the crossbar, is a little bit long. I'm going to trim mine a little bit shorter, and it's going to sit, I don't have any glue on the back yet, but I'm just going to snip this off a little bit shorter. My sunglasses are going to hang off of there anyway, but we're going to go ahead and put let's do a little dry run where we just lay things down and see how it's going to look. The fence is going to go down into the sand like that, right? Okay, so just like that, okay? So this is all going to get glued down on the front of the card. So now we can lift up the pieces and go ahead and put our glue on the back. And it's such an easy card to make. And I love that you only have to run that plank die, that wooden die through once, right? And you end up with 6 planks for your fence. So let's do this together. You can actually come in with your sand right here, and then I'm just lining that up with my left hand and coming in with my fence. And we're just going to lay that down. And when you're happy with the placement, just tap it into place. There we go. There. So we've got the fence in the sand. Okay, so now we get to do the fun stuff, right? All the decorating with the other dies. So this is going to go on the card front. So again, bring your glue back in like so. And we'll put this on the card front like that. There we go. Now, the fun parts. Oh my goodness. The extra dies, well, not extra, but all the 17 dies in the Notes and Totes dies are fantastic. I love them so much. I am so in love with these. Okay, let's bring those back in. I want to show you what's in your little Ziploc bag here. So in your Ziploc bag, you're going to have your sunglasses. You're going to have your 2 starfish and your little seashell. And you also have the little hearts from the inside of your sunglasses that pop out, okay? So let me show you what that looks like. So from the dies, you have these 2 right here. Now, when you buy this set, your sunglass dies will be attached. This comes in your kit when you buy the bundle. These will be attached. I took a strong pair of scissors and I snipped them apart so that I have 2 separate dies. You don't have to do that. I'm not encouraging you to cut your dies if you're not comfortable. You don't have to. But when I was prepping for all of my card club ladies, I found it to be a better use of my time if they were separate, because this background piece, I wanted to do black with the packing tape on it to make the shine on my sunglasses, right? And then this piece right here is my strawberry slush outline for the sunglasses, and I've used adhesive sheet, right? So that this could all stick together so easily. And then when I was doing this, I decided to put them together. So you will get a kit. I'm not sure if Christine did that, but it's so easy to put together. In my kit, the sunglasses have been assembled. But when you cut out this one right here, you're so funny, Jen. Jen says, I'm so brave. It is definitely something you want to take your time if you're going to cut your dies, because I don't want you to ruin your dies, right? But you can totally do leave them as a single if you're just doing your own for your own purposes. But for me, prepping for classes, I needed to be able to run these through fast. Okay, so when you cut this one right here with the strawberry slush outline, you get the outline, but you also get the centerpieces, right? So you're going to get 2 hearts, and I decided to put those in your kit so you can use them on the inside of your card. Okay, so let's go ahead and put glue on the back of these pieces here. So the sunglasses are going to hang off the fence. Somebody left their sunglasses behind. No, I'm just kidding. This is just such a fun little summer accent, right? So we're going to just come in here and put the sunglasses right there. So fun. And then we're just going to add glue to the back of our seashell here. And we'll put that on the sand right there. And then we've got 2 starfish. These are all the dies. These have all been from the Notes and Totes. So we'll put one. This is our darling duckling. We'll put that right there. And then our timid tiger. We'll put that one on the front as well. Okay, so here we go. There we go. All right, so there's our little starfish on the sand. There's the front of the card. And the inside, sending warm wishes, I stamped the greeting that says, "Newsflash, you're fabulous." I love that. That is from the stamp set right here. "Newsflash, you're fabulous." You know, you don't need to say that, but if you're sending a birthday card, chances are you think they're pretty fabulous, right? So I thought that was an appropriate one. So we're going to use that stamp and we're going to stamp it with memento. Okay. Make sure your stamp is on your block straight. And the way I like to do that is make sure I lay my stamp down on my work surface and pick it up with the block. And then it should be in its natural shape. Okay, so here we go. We're going to stamp that straight down, straight up. And then last but not least, we're going to take those two little hearts, the two little dies that were included in your kit, and we're going to peel off the adhesive backing because I did put our adhesive sheets through this one. So then we can stick those down like that. And there we have it, my friends. Oh my goodness. The Notes and Totes class, featuring the amazing faux suede, faux fabric suede technique. This technique can be used, oh my goodness, I used it for a bag. Thank you, Wendy. I'm so glad you enjoyed this one. I made a bag, I made a beach towel, but as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, you could also do this if you have animals. I mean, you could totally make a fuzzy bear or a fuzzy whatever, right? A teddy bear image. Like, there's so many different Stampin' Up! Stamps and dies that you could make with the fuzzy from the faux suede. So I hope that you've learned something today. I hope you enjoyed this technique class. Let's bring all the cards back in. So we got samples and we got the ones I made with you here live. I had a blast with you today. I appreciate you all so much. I hope that I've helped you fall in love with this amazing, amazing bundle. And I didn't even use all of the dies. There's more. There's a little bottle of lotion over here. There's an envelope. There's a little tag. I mean, we can always use a tag. Check out this little bottle. This one here is probably like for sunscreen or something, right? So there's so many things you can do with this amazing bundle. And I was so excited when I saw it. And I could not wait to do this class with you. So I hope you had fun watching, and if you're doing your cards, I hope you had no problem putting them together with the help of this video. Let me just flip you back around. I just want to say thank you for joining me, whether you're watching live with me right now or you're watching the replay. My name is Rosemary Coleman. I live in Canada, and my friend Christine Bertram lives in the United States. If you live there, you want to reach out to her. As per Stampin' Up! Rules, we can only do business in our own country. So I would be super happy to add you to my Technique Club lineup and get you your Technique Club cards. It is a monthly card class. In Canada, it's a minimum $40 purchase. And all of this is yours for free. I send you the kits. You have to provide your own stamps, your own ink, and your adhesive to be able to prepare your cards in the comfort of your own home from anywhere across Canada. And Christine and I have collaborated to make this available to anyone in both Canada and the United States. So we're super happy to collaborate and work together on this class. And I want to thank you for joining me today. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time for the next technique class in July. Yes, join. Absolutely. Jen is encouraging everyone to join this fun monthly class. All right, take care, everyone. Thank you for joining. Bye for now.